What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Medichams, and welcome to everybody to week 4 of the MDL, where this week we're going to be going up against none other than Crepuscle. I think that's how you say their name, I apologize. Coach of the Twilight Slashers. I'm so excited about this game. Here are the teams. Plop! A very, very scary team. Thankfully, there's no Terra Luna to this match, but there is going to be a Terra Electric Kingdra, which I was very scared of in prep. And yeah, I'm very scared about this team. I'm expecting rain since the only Terra cap is Terra Electric Kingdra. So that's very terrifying. I'm actually a really big fan of Crep though, so I'm very excited to finally be battling them. Let's see here. Oh no, they're having an audio issue. No! No, it's fine. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we'll be right back once things are set up. Alright, we are back. Here we go. Let's do this. Very excited for this game. Let's see what my opponent brings. They bring Deoxys, Corv, Sylveon, Politoed Kingdra, and Meowscarada. Okay, wow. No Volcanion is crazy. Are you kidding me? Wow. Holy crap, that's amazing. Bro, Volcanion was like the scariest Pokemon on her team for me to prep for. Oh my god, I was like fully expecting like a mixed attacking Volcanion, and I was terrified. Oh my god, this is crazy. Okay, wow. So, wow. Well then, I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. Alright, we're leaving Oil Spill then. Holy crap, that's amazing. I cannot believe that. That is wild. And we are going to see Politoed, so this is very interesting. I'm scared. I'm also really scared of like a physical Kingdra set. I think a physical Kingdra here makes a lot of sense. I was told in prep by Zachmander about that set, and I was like, ooh, that is a very good point, and I'm terrified. Kingdra in general is just a very scary Pokemon to be going up against. Let's see, Kingdra, and also she's been doing absolutely amazing with it too, so I am terrified. I'm really glad I brought Dual Water. I'm, again, shocked not to see Volcanion. Holy crap, that's crazy. But yeah, good luck, have fun, to Crep, let's do this, super stoked, holy crap, wow. Okay, alrighty, we're gonna see Holy Leaf, that's going to be Meowscarada. Okay, great, that was what I was expecting. So, I'm just going to click Knock here. There's zero reason for me not to. There's no way you stay in on this, so I'm going to click Knock. There's absolutely no chance you stay in on this. Or at the very least, go, like, if you go for, I don't know, yeah, no, you click U-turn, obviously, that makes the most sense here. We're going to see the transformation of the bug type. That does a, wow, okay, so hold on a second. 216, that took me to 216. Is that band damage? That definitely looks like band damage. Meowscarada. U-turn, yeah, that might be band damage, honestly. We're gonna see Crow Feather come in, that's gonna be the core. Okay, that's fine, so we knock off the item here, Rocky Helmet, that is unfortunate muck. Thankfully, we have the Citrus Berry. I think that might be banded Meowscarada. Let's see if you're Scarf. No, you're definitely not Scarf. I definitely think that is Choice Band Meowscarada. Okay, I'm gonna go into Magnus. Magnus is always my switch here. They could have Defog, they could have U-turn. U-turn gets heavily punished. Defog, they're trapped in here with me, and it's great. So yeah, Magnezone, they could also go for a Body Press, but if they do, they're trapped and Corviknight basically dies. So the only way they can save this is if they go for a U-turn and take Rocky Helmet Chip, or if they go for a switch here. Which they don't go for the switch, because otherwise they would have swapped out here. We're going to send in Magnus with Magnet Pull. Alrighty, Magnezone. We're going to see a U-turn, so they do have U-turn. Okay, that's good to know. That is expected, but we are going to see Rocky Helmet Chip there, which is great. Basically, yeah, Corviknight is not going to enjoy, like, Magnezone just always punishes Corviknight, which is amazing, so we are okay with this. Let's see who wants to switch in here. We could see Deoxys. Deoxys makes a lot of sense here, I think. I definitely don't want to stay in on the risk of a knock. Let's see, they also know that I'm Terra Steel as well. So they do have to keep that in mind. We're going to see Holly Leaf. That's going to be the Meowscarada coming back in, which is very interesting. What does Meowscarada get? Okay, hold on. You're clicking Knock. You're absolutely clicking Knock here. I go into Oil Spill. You are 100% clicking Knock here. You have to be clicking Knock. That is absolutely the play you make here. And to try to get rid of my helmet, I think. If you don't go for that, well on you. But yeah, we definitely know you have to be banded. We're going to see Spikes, actually. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to see they transform into the ground type. Okay. Spikes is a bit annoying, but we do have Defog, so that's okay. We have Defog, so... Okay. Are you locked? Wait, you're locked into... Are you? That makes no sense. Indubitably, that makes no sense. Okay. Are you banded Spikes? Is there anything you can be? Hold on, is there anything you can be? I'm curious now. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna switch it to Hindenburg. I think you're choice locked into that. I feel like you're choice locked into that. Am I wrong? Am I stupid? Am I throwing? I hope I'm not throwing. That would suck if I'm throwing here. Okay, you're not banded. Wow, that's really good to know, actually. Okay, so you're not banded. Interesting. Okay. Ooh. Not big fan of that. Not a big fan of that information, I won't lie. Okay, so Sylveon's probably going to come in here. I think I still defog on Sylveon to get rid of those spikes, because I have other ways of punishing Sylveon. We're going to see Brightheart. I think that sounds like a Sylveon. That is a Sylveon. Okay, so we're going to see Sylveon come in here. I could be Calm Mind as well. I could very easily be Calm Mind. I have Siren, I have you. I have a bunch of ways to punish this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click Defog. Yeah, I'm just going to click Defog. I want those spikes gone. Well, let's see here. The Sylveon's dropped, which is great. We're going to see a Yawn. That's fine. I'm okay with this. This is fine. I am 100% okay with that. That is probably best case scenario. So now the question is, what do I switch into here? I could switch into Araquanid. Araquanid is pretty good. Corviknight probably has Defog, so I don't know if I want to burn that yet. I guess I could go into Siren as well. I could also just go Magnezone. How well does Magnezone take this hit? Sylveon, you're definitely more defensive, so you might not be this. Hyper Voice does 29 to 35 if you're max special attack modest. So I think what I'm going to do here, I don't want to take too much damage on this though. What about Primarina? Primarina does not take this very well. I think I have to go into Magnezone, unfortunately. So I will go into Magnezone. Alright, so, the other thing as well is they go for double Yawn or a Wish. I punish that with Volt Switch. So that's pretty cool. We are going to just see Raw Hyper Voice. Okay. That does a decent chunk of damage. So, I think you have to swap, right? Surely you have to swap here. And I'm going to go for a Volt Switch on the swap. I guess I could also just click Heavy Slam and go nuts, right? How much does Heavy Slam do to, like, Meowscarada? I'm curious. Meowscarada. A Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon also does a lot of damage to this. They could also switch into Kingdra. I'll Volt Switch. I want to see what you go for here. Okay, they do stay in. Unfortunate. That's a bit unfortunate that we got that play wrong. Let's see here. I could go into Muck pretty freely, because I don't think you're invested. So I'm going to go into Muck. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I think it's okay. We're going to see a Yawn. So we do see a Yawn. That's fine. I think this time I'm going to double... I could just easily double back into Magnezone. I think they have to swap here. And low-key, Magnezone is a really great switch into whatever wants to come in on the field. So I'm going to go back into Magnus, actually. I will go back into Magnus here. If I can get Hydrapolyn and Terra Water, that would also be really, really solid. So, yeah. This is a very interesting situation. They're definitely thinking, if they swap into Corviknight here and I get this double correct, that's amazing. Because I don't want Muck to fall asleep here. I doubt they swap into Corv. I don't think that makes that much sense. I don't think switching into Corv makes a lot of sense here, so I don't think they're going to allow me to do that. They could. They definitely could, but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to let that happen. Again, not seeing Volcanion is insane to me. Holy crap. I am amazed. I am absolutely amazed. I'm not complaining, but I am amazed. So, let's see what they opt to go for here. They're definitely thinking. Let's see here. We're going to switch... If they switch out too, then that reveals that Muck is faster than Sylveon, which is good information to have. We're gonna see a Protect. Best possible outcome. So, I think here now I have to Flash Cannon. Do I Flash Cannon here, actually? I think Flash Cannon is pretty safe, right? Because last time I clicked Volt Switch. I'm gonna click Flash Cannon here. I think that's a safe play. If they go for Calm Mind, then that's fine, because I have Heavy Slam in the back. So, I think this is okay. Interesting. So we saw Protect, we've seen Hyper Voice, we've seen Yawn. They have to have Wish as their last move. So that's interesting information to have. Very interesting information. Alright, so that must mean they don't have Calm Mind, which I'm very happy with, for the record. I'm very happy they don't have that. We're going to fire that off, which is great. We don't get this Def Drop. We're going to see a Wish. So, I think they go for Protect. I think they're going to go for Protect here. So I will go ahead and click Flash Cannon again. Flash Cannon is just a safe play to make. I think they have to Protect here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they have to Protect here. If they want to keep Sylveon alive, they have to Protect if they want to stay in. If they switch out, yeah, Protect. Okay. This time, do I just say frick it and go for Heavy Slam? Sylveon. I think, based on that damage, you're definitely, like, max HP. I think you might be... I'm not sure, actually. What are you, I wonder? What could you be? Do I click Terra Steel here? I don't think I do. No, I don't click Terra Steel. It's never worth it. This time I will click Heavy Slam, though. I will absolutely click Heavy Slam to reveal attack. Blueskys! Lots of damage. Love to see that. We are going to see a yawn this time. That makes sense. Okay. So, now... they're going to go for Protect, I think. They have to go for Protect. Either they go for the swap or they go for Protect. 100% of the time. Yes. So this time, I think what I do I go into Araquanid this time? I think I do. I like going into Araquanid here. I like going into Araquanid. We've seen Wish Protect. We've seen Yawn. I really wish I had him on with Soundproof, but I don't have him on like that on my team. At least, do I have him on like that on my team? I'm pretty sure I don't. I should know my team. I should know my team, man. That's funny. That is very funny, I won't lie. Imagine if I still had Como. I guess this would be a game where Como is pretty useful because of Soundproof, but, well. It is what it is. We're gonna switch out, obviously. I think they have to go for Wish here. I think that makes a load of sense. So we're gonna go into Water Balloon! Water Balloon! We're gonna see the swap, actually. Oh, they're leaving Sylveon low. I like that they're leaving Sylveon low. We're gonna see Hollyleaf come back in, so that's this Mon. So I think I'm gonna force Webs, right? I force Webs here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna force Webs here. I'm gonna force Webs. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna see a U-turn. That's fine. I'm okay with that. This shouldn't do too much damage. You definitely... Are you, like, Muscle Band or something? I feel like you have to be invested. Because that does a lot of damage, and you're not banded. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Unless my calcs are just wrong. But that'd be crazy if that was the case. Let's see what wants to switch in here. I don't know. Not much wants to switch in here, honestly. So this is gonna be very interesting to see what comes in. But yeah, we're gonna get webs up, which is great. Corviknight's gonna really struggle to get those webs off because I have Magnezone to punish. So that's pretty awesome. We're gonna see Croaf after that. Is gonna be the Corv coming back in. So Corv has an option. It can go for Defog to get rid of these webs, or it can go for a U-turn and keep the webs up. Every single time here I go into Magnezone. To trap. I just heavily punish this play, and I heavily punish Corviknight, right? Corviknight cannot do anything against Magnezone, so if they opt to go for Defog here, they lose their Corviknight. So, which is kind of the goal. That is kind of the goal. Thank goodness Corviknight can't Terra, because if Corviknight could Terra, then I would be screwed. But thankfully, it can't, and that's very important information to have. So, let's see what they want to do here. Bada bing, bada boom, boom, boom. I'm also working on, I need to work on this. I need to work on not smacking my lips so much while I talk. I realize I haven't been doing that because there's always constantly, I'm like editing. Part of the reason you see cuts is because I hear like me smacking my lips. So I need to try to work on not doing that. And I also need to work on trying not to breathe as loudly. Recording is hard, guys. Recording is so very hard. So I'm very curious to see what they do here. They could go into Meowscarada, maybe? Like, they could double into Meowscarada, I guess. I don't think they'll do that, though. We go back into Magnus. This is pretty great, having the webs up. Let's see what they want to do here. They go for U-turn, so they do prioritize keeping the... Like, they are going to prioritize, like, Corv. Corv is getting so heavily punished. It feels amazing. I won't lie. Unfortunately, Meowscarada will still be faster, I imagine. Meowscarada... I'm curious if you're boots. You're probably not, but let's see. -1, 252. Yeah, there's no way I should outspeed Meowscarada ever at any point. So that's good to know. Magnezone is taking a lot of chip, but now Sylveon can't come in for free against basically anything, which is really good. Sylveon's going to be very heavy. Sylveon's going to suffer a lot here. So I'm very curious to see what they go into. Politoed doesn't want to switch in. Kingdra doesn't want to switch in, even with Terra Electric, because I think I'll outspeed Kingdra at -1, actually. So that's really good information to have. Yeah. Having, like, sticky webs up permanently, essentially permanently, either that or Corviknight goes down and I can get him up later is massive for me. Corviknight is struggling a lot. And that was, like, one of the biggest threats into my entire team. We're going to see Swift Breeze. That's a new Pokemon. I think that's Deoxys. That is going to be Deoxys. So, Deoxys comes in. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I think here, what I do, I think I go into Araquanid. I'm pretty sure. I do kind of like going into Araquanid here. We could see a Knock. Actually, it could go into Worms. Do I think you Ice Beam here? You don't Ice Beam here. I'm calling your bluff. I don't think you Ice Beam here. I think you click Knock. Ooh. You know what? I think Siren's my best play for this, right? Siren's my best play for this overall. I'll go into Siren here. I think Siren's my best play, because nothing really enjoys switching in on Primarina, especially if I, like, set up a Calm Mind, and especially because, like, Politoed, Kingdra, they don't enjoy being in on a Calm Mind Primarina. So, this is fine. I'm okay with this. We're sending Siren. We could see a knockoff. If I lose my leftovers, that's fine. Let's see what they want to go for here. We see an Ice Beam. Okay. Very glad I didn't switch into Hydrapple then. That is pretty awesome. So, we're going to reveal the lefties as well. Deoxys Speed. So, Dio Speed. Obviously, Meowscarada's never switching in on this. Deoxys Speed. Let's see. Moonblast, like, Hyper Voice and Moonblast both two-shot. Moonblast is very spammable. I think what I do here, though, is I click Hyper Voice on the Corviknight switch, right? Yes. I click Hyper Voice on that, because... Or do I? No, I think I can just click Moonblast. I think I can just click Moonblast. Because even if Corviknight comes in, I just switch into Magnezone and I punish that. We're gonna see a Thunderbolt. Okay, Thunderbolt makes sense here. Boom. Does a lot of damage, but that is fine. We are gonna get parried. Siren, I believe in you. I believe in you, Siren. I don't believe in you anymore. I don't believe in you anymore. That is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, I think we can take another one, though. I feel pretty safe in saying we can tank another one. They also might not think I save this. They might think I don't save this. So I think what I'm going to do here is I will click Moonblast one more time. We're going to see another Thunderbolt. That's fine. Okay, come on. It does kill. Crap. Okay, that sucks. That really sucks then. I'm forced to go into Alolan Muck. I'm forced to go into Alolan Muck here. I don't want to, but I kind of have to. Knockoff does a lot of damage into whatever wants to switch in, aside from Corv. I could also click Thunder Punch on a Corviknight switch, because if I catch that on a switch... Let's see. Corviknight. I don't outspeed Corviknight, unfortunately. And Thunder Punch doesn't really do that much damage. I'll click Knockoff here. I think I scared this thing out enough. And Corviknight does not enjoy... Again, Corviknight does not enjoy switching in at all here, because it's basically... It can't do anything. So, I really wish I got this chipped. I don't want to go for Shadow Sneak here. Yeah, they obviously have the hard swap. Let's see. Probably Corviknight, if I had to guess. Crowfeather's going to be the Corv. Well, we're still doing Chip. We're still doing Chip, which is what's most important here. We go for our Knockoff here. Not even a Roost will save you from Magnezone at this point. I go into Magnezone here once again, every single time. It is just the freest button click here. If they want to go for Defog, Corviknight dies. If they want to go for Defog, Corviknight dies. And that feels really good, is basically what this comes down to. Because every single time I even outspeed a speed creepy, like a minimum speed Corviknight 100% of the time. So this is fine. I am okay with this. Ugh, man, I am annoyed at Prim not doing anything in this game. Deoxys Speed is a major issue now, unfortunately. I do have Shadow Sneak, so it's not the end of the world, but that is pretty rough. I also do have Hydrapple. I really wish that I had more Spadef investment now. I put physical... I had Spadef originally. I really wish I had something else, but it is what it is. Or I really wish I had Spadef now that Ursaluna wasn't here. I made a physical for that, but yeah. We're gonna see a U-turn here, obviously. It's not doing that much damage, and Corviknight's now in the red. Like, yeah, Corviknight is struggling here. Corviknight is absolutely struggling. Like, they can't do that anymore on Magnezone. They will just straight up die, which is pretty awesome. We're gonna see Swift Freeze, so that's Deoxys coming back in. I still don't want to lose Magnezone here. Last time they went for Ice Beam, I think they might go for it again. Honestly, I can't risk that into something else. Do I go into Hindenburg? I could. I don't think I do, though. I don't like doing that here yet. I don't... This is tough. This is really tough. Maybe I do slow Volt Switch. You could have Superpower. Do I think you click Superpower here? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew what I was doing. Okay. Magnezone versus Deoxys Speed. Superpower does 50... I can't risk that. I can't risk a Superpower here. I have to switch. I'm going to go into... I have to go into Araquanid. I have to go into Araquanid here. I hate this. I hate this so much. I don't like it at all. I hate this. Man, I wish I didn't get parried there. We're gonna see a Thunderbolt, that's fine. Ugh. I don't think we take two, unfortunately. I don't think we take two, unfortunately. Which sucks. That really sucks, dude. Araquanid versus Deoxys Speed. I'm gonna go for a Liquid. We're gonna see a Thunderbolt, okay. Well played. Oh my god, Araquanid, I love you. Araquanid, I love you. Oh my god, Araquanid, I love you so much. I love you so much, Araquanid, thank you. Oh my god, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Oh, thank god. Okay, can I save Araquanid? I don't think so. Let's see here. Sylveon, if you're at, like, -1, you don't have any investment, I'm pretty sure it's not worth... I mean, I do outspeed, but... it's not worth it. I just go for another liquidation here and just let them pick up the kill. That's fine. Okay. Alright, I'm okay with this. This is fine. This is okay. I am okay with this. So last time, they went into Corv on this, but they can't go into Corv anymore, or they risk just, like, dying to, like, yeah. I just go for Shadow Sneak, right? Do I just go for Shadow Sneak? I could also very easily click any other move here. Let's see here. Corviknight. I could click Knock. I'm so tempted to just click Thunder Punch on a switch. Do I kill this with, let's see, Deoxys, Speed. I don't kill with a Thunder Punch, but I will kill with a Shadow Sneak next turn. And Knockoff is, actually Knockoff is very free here. Do I Thunder Punch? I would Thunder Punch here. I'll Thunder Punch. I'm gonna Thunder Punch. That's what I'm going to do here. Because if I can keep webs up, that's amazing. We are gonna see the swap. Send in Corviknight. Send in Corviknight and let that thing die. I beg of you. That's Meowscarada, actually. Okay, so Meowscarada is gonna come in. Alright, very interesting. We're gonna see that they're caught in the sticky web. That's fine. We're probably gonna see a U-turn here if I had to guess. We're gonna fire off a Thunder Punch. Bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. Alright, critical hit. Wow, that's awesome. And we do get the poison. Okay, sweet. So Meowscarada is now poisoned. I think... I would have actually preferred Para, but I will also very gladly take a poison. I'm not going to complain. Okay, now, you're probably going for U-turn here. You could also go for Spikes. I don't like the Spikes play, but I think I go for Knockoff here in case you do that. Where's the Triple Axle, actually? So I think this thing is just going to die. I think this thing is... Oh my gosh! No, I'm so sorry! You know what? I got paralyzed. I'm not sorry. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. I'm not sorry. Okay, you were protected pads. Okay, that makes sense. I take it back. I don't apologize for that, actually. I do not apologize. I'm going for Shadow Sneak, and, screw you. That's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna go for a Shadow Sneak, and you can't do anything about it. Alrighty, so... This was ideal. That was great. I love how quickly I turned that around, too. I was like, no, you missed, I'm so sorry. And then I was like, wait, no, I lost Primarina to a paralysis. I'm okay with this. That's pretty funny. Okay, so, if I lose webs here, I'm honestly okay with that. It's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, if I lose webs here, it's okay. I'm okay with that, honestly. Obviously, it's not ideal, but if it happens, it happens. It's not the end of the world. So, let's see. We go for Shadow Sneak, bada bing, bada boom. Badushkis! Meowscarada is dead. Wonderful. And we also reveal the Shadow Sneak tech as well. Perfect. Okay. Meowscarada is off the board. That was a massive threat, especially for Hydrapple in the back. So, I'm okay with this. Let's see who wants to switch in here. It's probably going to be Crow Feather and clicking Defog, if I had to guess. It's probably going to be Crow Feather clicking Defog. That makes the most sense. Yeah, it just is the most logical, and, yeah, I'm going to cry. Drifblim Terra Electric. Can Drifblim Terra Electric do anything here? Probably not. I could also just go for a Thunder Punch here. Do I go for a Thunder Punch? No, because if they go for Roost, then I'm punished by that. I'm going to go into Magna Zone here. They're going to go for Defog here, I'm most likely, and that's fine. If they do that, that's fine. If they go for Roost, that's best case scenario, but I doubt they do that. Yeah, well, you see Defog, that's fine. Okay, so unfortunately, we aren't going to get the webs back up, but that's okay. This thing is trapped on the field, and it dies here. Do I just stay? No, I go for Volt Switch here. I go for Volt Switch here every single time to position myself a little bit better. I can go into Hydrapple pretty freely. I do like going into Hydrapple, because going into Hydrapple, I can KO Sylveon with Hydro Pump if I land it. I could also just go for a Yawn if I don't want to risk that. That is pretty safe. I could also go into Hindenburg. I could do that, actually. Corviknight's dead as well. Let's see here. Drifblim versus Sylveon. No, that's a bad play. Okay, never mind. I don't do that. I think I go into Hydrapple and I go for a Yawn. We're gonna go into Worms. Alrighty. We're gonna reveal this. So, do I go for Hydro Pump here? I think I do, actually. I think I low-key go for Hydro Pump. Sylveon cannot win as long as Magnezone and Muck are alive. That's kind of what I'm determining, because I don't think it has speed investment, and if it doesn't have speed investment, both of them outspeed. So that's really good information to have. We have Hydrapple out. And honestly, does Hydrapple outspeed Sylveon? It outspeeds certain Sylveon sets, actually, which is kind of crazy. Or, no, it does not. Never mind, it doesn't. I lied. I lied! I did a thing called lying. I did a thing called lying, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I did. Alright. If we see anything else come in, I think... If we see Deoxys come in, I do the same play, I click Terra Water Hydro Pump. If we see Sylveon come in, I click Hydro Pump. If we see Kingdra or Politoed come in, I click Yawn. That is what I do. That is 100% of the time what I do. Brightheart, that's going to be Sylveon. So Sylveon's going to come in. I'm going to go Terra Water Hydro Pump here, and we land these Hydro Pumps. We don't miss. We're channeling our inner item bundle, baby. We don't miss these Hydro Pumps. We don't miss these Hydro Pumps. We do not miss these Hydro Pumps. We don't miss. We don't miss these Hydro Pumps at all, in the slightest. We don't miss. We don't miss. Okay, they outspeed. They go for a wish. Come on, baby. Yes! All right, show me a kill. Show me a kill. Man. Oofy poopies. Oh, well, it is what it is. Okay, so we're gonna see lefties. They could go into Deoxys here. I'm going to click Nasty Plot on a switch, or if they stay in, yeah, Protect, obviously. We go for Nasty Plot here, and we're gonna like it. That's what we're gonna do. We are going to click Nasty Plot, and we're gonna like it. So, I think here I go for another Hydro Pump. You are put in a not great position, because if you click Yawn, then, you still lose a bunch of your health. You're not gaining much ground here. So, I'm just going to click Hydro Pump again. I could have also clicked Yawn here. We are going to see Yawn from them. So, I could have clicked Yawn, but that would mean I lose my Nasty Plot benefits. We land the second Hydro Pump, which is pretty awesome. I love that. Hydro Pump! Whadduskis. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Nice. So, now that Corviknight is dead, I feel more comfortable switching into Magnezone here. So, I will switch back into Magnezone, is what I'm going to do. Alright. Hydrapple already putting in work. We love to see it. Beautiful. Beautimus. Beautiful here. I am very okay with this. We could see a Wish. We could see a Wish Protect. Regardless on Sylveon, until we see the Wish Protect, I go for a Volt Switch. If we don't see anything with that, then I go for a Heavy Slam, regardless of even if one of the Water types switches in, because the Water types do not want to stay in on a Magnezone. So this is a really great situation for me. I'm really enjoying this position. I guess I could also just spam Thunderbolt now that I think about it. Thunderbolt's pretty spammable too. It was funny because they talked to me about Zach, who helped me with prep, talked to me about packing Discharge over Thunderbolt. And for the para chance, I kind of wish we did that now, but also I still think the extra damage buff is going to come in handy here. So this is okay. I am okay with this. We're going to send in Magnus here. We are okay with letting this take some damage. Let's see Hyper Voice. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so he did that much damage. Can I go for Thunderbolt versus this, actually? Thunderbolt, Magnezone versus Sylveon. No, I don't think I can, unfortunately. I think I have to Flash Cannon. The nice thing is I can still just click Flash Cannon for free, so I'm going to do that. We're going to go see a Protect. Okay, I think here... Do you stay in? You don't go into Deoxys. If you switch out, you go into one of your Water types. If you go for Yawn, that puts me in a rough patch, I think. But do you go for Yawn or do you go into your Water type? I'm really tempted to click Thunderbolt. I am really tempted to click Thunderbolt here. I don't want Muck to take any more damage. I think... Does Muck have enough speed to outspeed like a no-speed invested Sylveon? I do. Okay. What do I think is most likely here? You went for Protect to get HP recovery. I think you're going to save this thing. If I switch out, do I lose anything? No, I don't lose anything by going for Volt Switch, right? I don't lose anything by going for Thunderbolt either. I'm going to go for Volt Switch here. I think that's what I do. Yes! Okay, we made the right play. We made the right play. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Oh, thank goodness. We're going to see Purdy. What is that? Is that, Politoed? That's Politoed. Okay. I'm okay with Politoed coming in here. Alright. We go for the Volt. Bada bing, bada boom. Whadduskis! A lot of damage. I'll gladly take that. Okay, so Politoed. How much speed do you have, Politoed? Politoed. You have a decent amount of speed. Can I go into Hindenburg, actually? Low-key, yes. I can go into Hindenburg, because you don't... What moves does Politoed get? Let's see. Politoed. Do you get HP recovery? Oh, you get Rest. Do I think you run Rest here? I could definitely see you running Rest. How do I want to play this? I'll go into Hindenburg. I don't need Hindenburg this match, so I'm kind of okay with doing this. And I'm just going to click Thunderbolt. Yeah, I'm just going to click Thunderbolt here. Thunderbolt! We could also get a Para too, which would be pretty awesome. We could also get a Para, which would be pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. Endgame here is Kingdra, which makes sense. Kingdra under Swift Swim, it looks really, really scary. Terra Blast Kingdra especially looks really, really scary. So I do have to keep that in mind. We are going to see a Weather Ball, so they are just going to go for the attack. I'm okay with this. I am okay with this mon taking this damage. I'm going to go for Thunderbolt here, bada bing, bada boom. Whadduskies does a decent chunk of damage. Do we get the para? We don't. Unfortunate. I think we can take another one. I think we can take another Weather Ball, actually, low-key. I think we can take another one. Maybe not. It's a bit of a risk, but we revealed Thunderbolt at this point. We are going to see another one. Do we take this? Drifloon, I believe in you. No! Okay. Aftermath doesn't trigger on this, right? I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Magnus. Volt Switch does 51 to 60, so we could have gotten a low roll. I think it's max HP. Do I think you have speed investment? If you don't have speed investment, I do outspeed you. I could go into Muck. I could definitely go into Muck here. It all comes down to whether or not I think you have, let's see here. Weather Ball. 27 to 32%. Okay. I think I go into Muck. Yeah, I go into Muck for sure. I go for Thunder Punch, because that does the most damage against pretty much everything, including this. Let's see what they want to do here. I'm very curious. It's not Damp Rock, actually, which is also really good to know. Okay. I mean, I don't think it really matters here, because Kingdra should outspeed the rest of my team. But at the very least, it helps for water moves. Muck should be able to take anything this wants to throw at me, unless you're, like, heavily invested. But even then, I should always tank at least one hit. So unless you want to lose this thing, then this should be fine. I'm also boosted by Hydro Pump now, which is pretty awesome. Whew, this is a tough game. This is such a good game. I love this game. This is so good. Okay, let's see what comes in here and takes this. We're going to see Brightheart. That's Sylveon coming in here. Okay. So Sylveon's coming in here. It's going to take a Thunder Punch to the face. Boom. Decent chunk of damage. Do we proc the poison? We don't. But at this point, I don't care. I think I'm just going to go for a Poison Jab because I do have speed investment, and I don't think you do. So I'm going to go for Poison Jab here. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to overthink it here. Because if this goes down, that's massive for me. Oh, okay. This is a tough game, dude. This is really good. This is really good. I'm enjoying this. Let's go! Speed investment monk coming in clutch. Let's go. Sylveon drops. All right, let's go. I think you have to send in Kingdra here. And that's gone too. Oh my gosh, that's massive. Okay, you have to go into Kingdra here. You absolutely have to go into Kingdra. All right. We take a Draco, for sure. Yeah, we always tank a Draco. And we can go for knockoff to knock off whatever item you have. Okay. Thinking. How do I win this game? How do I guarantee win this game? I don't know. Ah! This is so tough. I really wish I kept the webs up, but it is what it is. Whew. Yeah, they definitely weren't expecting that. They definitely weren't expecting the investment. Okay, they're going to set rain back up. Okay. They really value rain, which is very interesting to me. So I'm just going to go for a Thunder Punch here. That is what I'm going to do. All right, we see a Weather Ball. It's going to do a decent chunk of damage. Let's go. Boom. Okay, that's fine. We go for Thunder Punch. Boom. Dead. Dead Politoed. Muck, you're amazing. Okay, now. Okay, so I need Muck alive for Deoxys endgame. I always need Muck alive. Shiverstorm's going to come in, and it's going to be Kingdra. I always, every single time, let Magnezone go down here. I always let Magnezone go down here. The reason being is because I can stall out rain turns, I can do a bunch of stuff. This is just my best play to make. We're gonna see a Wave Crash. You're physical! Yes! Oh my gosh, wow! Holy crap, it's physical! Oh my gosh, it's physical! Did my packing physical Hydrapple save me? Maybe it did! Okay, Kingdra, you have to Terra Electric, I feel. Right? Surely you have to Terra Electric. I go into this every single time. Terra Water. You are Fizz invested. Terra Blast, Terra Electric. Do you kill? Wait, do you actually kill? Wait, the calc here says it kills. Does it actually? Is Kingdra that goated? Holy crap, if Kingdra's that goated, that's actually insane. Really? That's shocking to me. That is shocking to me if that's the case. Well, I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out. If you are... How does that kill? I'm a Hydrapple. Wow, if that... Oh, wait, no. Modest. It's calculating modest. Okay, hold on. It never kills. Okay, never mind. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're all good. Okay, if you're adamant... Okay, wow, that does a lot less damage than I thought it did. Okay. So I guess the right play here would have been to Hydro Pump, but also if I had missed, I think I guarantee win with Muck. I think at this point. We're gonna see a Terra Blast, obviously. Oh, boy. Come on, Hydrapple. Oh, easy. Oh, we eat that for breakfast. Oh, we eat that up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh, so easy. So easy. Let's go. I think I win. It all depends on Deoxys speed. It's Muck versus speed. It's Muck versus Deoxys speed here. Is literally what it comes down to. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I don't care that I die here. I have Shadow Sneak. I can beat that. That's fine. Oh, it's going to come down to Muck versus Deoxys speed. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. All right, every single time I Shadow Sneak, time to calc Deoxys speed versus Muck. Shadow Sneak, this should kill. Beautiful. Crit, I don't think that mattered. Okay. I don't think Deoxys is in range of a Shadow Sneak, but I also don't think I'm in range of anything. I legitimately don't think I'm in range of anything. Yeah, that's not in range of Shadow Sneak. That's not in range of Shadow Sneak. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, Muck. Muck. Let's go, Muck! Yes! Let's go! Woo! Oh my gosh! Let's go! Oh my gosh! I can't believe we beat Crep. That's crazy! That's crazy! Muck, I love you! I knew Muck was gonna be an issue for them. Let's go! Oh my gosh! Woo! 2-2. We're 2-2. 2 wins, 2 losses. I'll gladly take that. Muck coming in clutch. Also Araquanid. Araquanid getting crucial damage as well. Well, against Deoxys defense, I guess not, but it did break the sash. I guess I did have Shadow Sneak at the end, so Shadow Sneak really came in clutch for me. Holy crap, I'm so glad I packed. I almost packed Curse. I'm really glad I didn't do that now. Whew! GG's. Really well played. We had a lot of things go our way that match. They also had a lot of things go their way. Granted, as well, had we landed that Moonblast on Deoxys, and even if we had gotten like a special tag drop, then Primarina would still be alive. So that would have been crazy. So there's a lot of hacks that went on both ends, honestly. But that was so good, dude. Such a good game. Alolan Muck clutching it up for us. GG's to my opponent, Crep, once again. If you enjoy this channel, please sure to check out her channel. She makes absolutely amazing content. I'm a big fan of hers, so it's an honor to be able to play her. We've been in a few draft leagues together. I think this is even the first or like second time we battled each other. It is such an honor. And, yeah, I can't wait to see their side of the battle. So, also, check out the description down below for their side of the battle as well, speaking of. And, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you all so sincerely much for watching. I really, really, really hope you all enjoyed this. We're bouncing back, baby. Let's go. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates.